Alana Brophy.
Wow, that is wild. Flash floods down the strip, Alana.
I mean, heavy rain, and we saw that last night move into Utah and cause some problems, Glenn, down there in the southern portion of the state, diverting flights at the St. George airport. So it's been a very active week, and we still have the threat of thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow for a portion of the state. Great shot here from Harold coming from Tooele, submitted on abc4.com. Love the sunset shot. You see the cloud cover that plagued us throughout the day. We had a lot of moisture potential, but that really only turned into showers east of I-15. High temperatures today in the 80s, really beautiful day. 87 in Salt Lake, 90 is our average high this time of year. 70s and 80s on the eastern side of the state. Moab at 78, they saw their fair share of wet weather today. And 94 in St. George. Temperatures on the up and up, with slightly drier conditions in the southwest desert tonight. 74 when we close out the news with partly cloudy skies. For the overnight, we'll see those temperatures dropping in the mid to upper 60s, holding on to partly cloudy conditions as we head into tomorrow with the low 70s on deck at 9 a.m. Mostly clear, but we do have a slight chance that we could see some storms develop. So what it looked like down there in St. George. Thanks to Jerry for sharing this with us. You can see that towering convection didn't come to fruition near St. George and in Washington County today. A break was much needed. Satellite radar shows you the last few hours how we were seeing that monsoon moisture cause some issues on the eastern side of the state with that wet weather. And what we were dealing with in the wet desert really dissipated, keeping fairly quiet conditions. It was down in south central Utah where we saw the most moisture and a flash flood warning this evening. Drier conditions out there now. And all of this wet weather has helped us. At the end of the day, when you look at Salt Lake City's numbers, we are now the 5th wettest August on record, sitting at 2.75 inches for the precipitation thus far this month. We come in below half an inch, and as we look at the year-to-date totals, you're able to see that we're 2 inches above where we typically are. So the wet weather, so we had a record winter, a wet spring, and now a miracle monsoon season. It's helping us all out. Drought monitor new today, showing the areas that are abnormally dry and yellow. So south central and southeastern Utah, as well as St. George, now into that category. 12% of Utah, as you see in tan, towards Richfield and over towards Moab in the moderate drought category. But more than half of the state not battling drought conditions, and thankful for the moisture we have received. Futurecast takes us through what to expect as we head into the overnight. Showers continuing towards Uinta County as those remnants weaken as they move north. Cloud cover out there by 2-3 a.m. with quieter conditions. Starting out with mostly clear skies, but because we have a lot of moisture potential, our daytime heating could trigger some storms over the mountains towards Flaming Gorge, in the Uinta Basin, Duchesne County, and Castle Country by the afternoon. Isolated activity further south, but most of that will be lesser than what we saw today. So we'll see fewer storms on deck as we close out the work week, but the potential is still there. As far as the Wasatch Front goes, an isolated storms possible with our daytime heating. We could add to instability and see a storm form as we make it through the late afternoon and into the evening. After that, things start to quiet, and here's the reason why. You're going to see those remnants of Harold out there for the afternoon and evening, but that rain starts to shift east, and so does the moisture potential, letting loose for drier air, which means drier conditions, and we will see more sunshine and temperatures on the up and up. We still have an excessive rainfall threat for eastern Utah all the way down to south central Utah for tomorrow. It's a marginal risk, and that just means a low-end chance of the heavy rainfall causing some flash flooding. As a result, flash flood potential is probable for most of the Mighty Five. The exception here, Bryce and Zion National Park, which are possible. No matter what the ranking is, we still know with all that moisture potential, you don't want to be in the back country, and you need to stay away from those slot canyons. 80s for the highs for tomorrow on the eastern side of the state and along the Wasatch Front. 94 in St. George. Next 7 days in Washington County. Are you ready? It's Friday Eve, folks. Isolated storms tomorrow. And then here comes the warmth. As soon as we dry out, those temperatures climb. And yes, those triple digits make a comeback at the beginning of our next work week. We'll see the 90s along the Wasatch Front, making it to the mid-90s by Tuesday. That's above average. This time of year, again, 90 is the average high. So steady stream of warming with drier conditions. Isolated chance tomorrow, but most likely looking like today along the Wasatch Front with pleasant conditions and the upper 80s. Glenn, I never hear you complain with those upper 80s. Over to you.
And I have a tea time tomorrow, so I like that.